Hi home cooks, today I'm in the kitchen making a classic Eggs Benedict. This classic breakfast recipe is totally doable even on lazy mornings. It's cozy, classic, and way less intimidating than it sounds. Because you deserve a restaurant-style breakfast without leaving your house. This delicious foolproof recipe takes the fear out of making the poached eggs and Hollandaise sauce. This is a restaurant-quality, classic breakfast and brunch recipe that you can make at home. Perfect for weekends, holidays, or any special breakfast with family and friends. So let's get into the kitchen. This is how I make an easy, classic Eggs Benedict. We're going to start this recipe with the Hollandaise sauce. Now I've already placed a pot with a few inches of water on medium-low heat to create a double boiler, which just means I'm going to be cooking the sauce in a bowl over the boiling water, without the eggs directly touching the heat. Now in my glass bowl, I'm going to whisk together 2 egg yolks until they're smooth. Then whisk in 2 teaspoons of lemon juice until it's smooth and foamy. Now normally Hollandaise sauce is made with melted butter. You slowly pour it into the egg yolks while whisking. However, this recipe works just as well with chunks of unmelted butter. I've already added a half cup of the unsalted butter cut into chunks into my egg yolk mixture. Now I can place this over the simmering pot of water and continue to whisk it until the butter and the eggs are melted together. As you continue to whisk, the sauce is going to become foamy. Keep whisking as the eggs start to cook. After about 5 minutes, the mixture should become thick. Once it's thick, creamy, and can coat the back of a spoon, it's ready to remove from the heat. Season it with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a pinch of cayenne pepper. If you want your hollandaise to have a little less spice, for paprika. Now I'm going to immediately pour the mixture into a thermal cup or container and seal it to keep it warm. Now that we've conquered the arguably hardest part of the process, we can move on to the rest of the components of the Eggs Benedict. I'm going to split each English muffin in half. And of course, use a fork to do this, so you can get all those delicious nooks and crannies that are going to hold the little pockets of butter after it's toasted. While it's toasting, I'm going to fry a few pieces of ham on both sides until it's just lightly caramelized on the outside. And now my English muffins are toasted and they're ready to get generously buttered. And now finally, the last component to the Eggs Benedict is the eggs. For this recipe, we're going to be poaching the eggs, which I know can sound daunting, but there's a few tricks to make this an easy process. I'm going to crack the egg into a strainer. Let the really loose, watery bits of the egg white strain out. Then you can gently place the cracked egg into a small bowl or ramekin. Add in a few tablespoons of water and a little splash of lemon juice. I'm just going to swirl this around the egg. This is just going to barely start to coagulate the very outer layer of the whites, helping everything stay together when it goes into the water. After about 2 minutes, I'm going to very gently slip this into my very hot water. The water should be very hot and steaming, but not simmering or boiling. Now all I need to do is let it cook for my desired amount of doneness. 3 minutes for a very runny yolk, all the way up to 5 minutes for a fully set yolk. And while I'm waiting for my eggs to cook, I'm going to assemble the Eggs Benedict. As soon as the eggs are done, remove them with a slotted spoon. Let any of the excess water drip off, and then place each one on top of the English muffin and cooked ham. Now all we need to do is add the hollandaise back on top. Give it a quick stir, and then spoon it gently on top of each poached egg. I'm going to garnish the top of mine with a little sprinkle of cayenne and some finely chopped parsley for color. And this classic Eggs Benedict recipe is ready to serve right away. This is my favorite way to cook Eggs Benedict with perfect results every time. It's the perfect combination of silky hollandaise, runny yolks, and with the savory ham and buttered English muffin underneath. And as always, you can find a link to the full written recipe in the description box below. Enjoy! If you're a fan of deliciously simple vintage recipes and old-fashioned skills, then you'll want to check out this next video. Thanks for stopping by.